Hello, fellow mushroom people. Welcome back to the Bouncy Ball Simulator. Okay, so in the past few days I didn't really get any reading done. So actually I was reading quite a bit, but I was reading 4 different books at the same time, and I made a lot of progress in each of those books, but I didn't really finish anything. So I have nothing to talk about that is new and that I want to discuss. So I decided to do a tag, and I've been tagged to do the Bookish Superhero Tag by Beth N. So I thought, why not do that? And here I am doing it now. So question number 1. We are all special and unique. What are your unique special powers? I don't know. I have a pretty neat handwriting. Does that count? Also, I think I'm quite creative when it comes to things. I don't always do the creative stuff I come up with in my head, so that's not my strength, but I think I come up with a lot of stuff that I want to do, like drawing, writing, ideas for videos, stuff like that. I don't always act on those ideas, but I have them sometimes, and I think that could be a special power, I guess. Okay, question number 2. Every superhero needs a nemesis. Name your bookish enemy. What is your kryptonite? So actually, those seem to be 2 questions. So it's snowing. No, it's hailing. Hail, is hailing a word? There's hail outside. What the hell? I want this to end. I want spring. I don't want hail. Ugh. Anyway, bookish enemy. So I think it would be a person with, I don't know, I think you know those kinds of characters. Those characters who are overly analytical. So they're like, oh, I have planned this all along, and then she will do that, and then she will do that, and in the end I will do that, and I will win. And those enemies, they would beat my ass because I'm not that analytical, I think. So I think yesterday or the day before we were playing board games, and oh my god, friend, she was really good. She was analyzing everything, and I was just like, oh, that's a pretty color, I'll take that. Something like that. So I think when one of those people would encounter me, I would be done for. So my kryptonite, on the other hand, I don't know if you can see it, but my lower lip is a bit bluish. That's because yesterday when I was skateboarding, I was going through a puddle, and I slipped and fell, and I slammed my face. So I'm kind of clumsy. I also cut off part of my thumb one time, and I also threw my phone at my girlfriend one time by accident. So I tend to hurt myself and others by accident quite often. So yeah, maybe I think that would be my downfall. It would be the most anticlimactic battle ever. You have this over analytical person, and he's like, I will do that, and I will be running at him and fall down, and he will be like, oh no, all my plans, they've gone to waste, but I won, and I will be on the ground dead. Yeah. So question number 3. If you could wish for any superpower, what could it be? So I thought about this one because I think that's a quite interesting question, because superpowers are so sometimes I'm a realistic person and I live in the real world, and if I had any very flashy superpower, I think the government would come around and be like, hey, I think we have to lock you away, and I would be like, yeah, that's reasonable, but I wouldn't like it. So I think I would go for a more low-key superpower. And so I've shown my pigeon babies in a video, in another video, and I would really like to be able to kind of communicate with them, because obviously those pigeons, they don't like me. I'm a human. They're afraid of me because I'm in their kind of territory. And how great would that be if I could be like, hey, I don't mean you any harm, I just want to be your friend, and then they would sit on my shoulder and I could walk around with my pigeons. And I think that I mean, it's still a kind of flashy power if I could talk or communicate with all animals, but that's nothing that bad. So I think you can hide that, other than if you are going for a fly, or if you can shoot fires out of your hands. And communicating with animals, that's low key. And I could have so many animal friends. And that would be great. You could walk through a forest and all those animal friends would come in, like a bear. We don't have bears here, but yeah, I think I'd like that. So that's a cool power, I guess. Another cool power, I think, is like teleportation or transport or portals or something. You could go on travels everywhere. You would still have the problem with like passports and stuff like that, and that wouldn't be low key at all. But that would be cool, and it's practical. Yeah, those two. I'd like those two. Okay, question number 4. By day, you are mild-mannered Clark Kent. What do you do when you aren't being a bookish superhero? So, as I've said before, I work for the government, and that's all I want to say. I mean, so actually right now at the moment, the job I'm doing, I'm not really doing a job. I'm studying at university, and since university is closed, I'm at home doing home stuff. I'm still studying at home, but I have a lot of free time, so I'm mostly reading. Yeah, I'm doing government stuff, top secret government stuff that I can't talk about. And maybe I'm not a superhero after all. Maybe I'm a villain. Maybe I'm working in some underground laboratory and just cooking up science. Who knows? Okay, question number 5. Mwah! Name your favorite bookish villain. So, I think I like 2 kinds of villains. So the first one is the kind that is so despicable and so hateable that you love to hate those characters with a passion. They are unjust and just cruel. And I think the examples for that would be like someone like Umbridge from Harry Potter, or Joffrey from Game of Thrones, not King of Thorns. I wanted to say King of Thorns. Why? Game of Thrones. Those are very unlikable, and so everyone's happy when they die or end up in a bad place. The other kind of superhero that I like is someone who, not superhero, super bookish villain. Sorry. That's someone who isn't really a villain, or at least doesn't think that he's a villain. And so more of the tragic kind of figure. I don't know, maybe their spouse dies and this person has a way to bring them back from the dead and has to travel and do evil stuff, but it's all for love. And I can get behind a tragic villain. Maybe I should turn around and look if there's any specific villains that come to mind. No. Okay, so I guess I can't think of anyone specific right now, but I like these kind of villains. So maybe, I don't know, that's not really a redeemable villain. I just can't think of anyone, but I like those tragic villains who have been good people or just want to be good people, but they end up being bad people, and the hero has to stop them. So I like those. Question number 6. Defenders of the Earth unite. Which bookish superhero would you collaborate with? So I'm going comics here. So I've been into like DC comics for quite a while when I was younger. And by younger, I mean like 5 years younger, so it's not that far away in the past. But I really liked Wonder Woman because she is a kind and genuine person who values honesty and love and all that stuff, but she's also very, very strong and very amazing. And I think she would be a nice person. Why would I go with the TH for person? But I think she would be a nice person. I can't talk, I'm sorry. A nice person to hang out with and go on adventures together, because she would always have your back. And I think she would handle situations in a way that I would approve of. So She still can be strong, and she gets the job done if needs be, but she's always looking for another solution first that doesn't involve maiming and killing on the spot, something like that. So I think I would collaborate with her. Okay, question number 7. Tag others. Be sure to share your superpower tag with at least one small booktuber. So I want to tag Elsa from the French Book Dreamer. I think that's the channel's name. She's from France, and that makes her a fellow European, and I'm all for fellow Europeans. In Germany we like French people. We haven't for quite a while because history, but now we are like that, and that's why I'm tagging her. So go do it, maybe, if you want. Okay, and that's it for today. So I think in the next video I'll be done with some books, and I will be able to talk about actual books again. So I hope you enjoyed this short tag video, and see you again next time.